Okay, what's up? What's going on, everyone? So, build credit with $5, and what's going on with the FICO news and how they are changing what they're doing with. Oh my God, what they're doing with the change in how they're doing their scores using algorithms. Again, using computers. And remember, computers, AI, they're taught certain things, and yes, they can learn patterns. But remember, patterns are also switching, right? Because people are always elevating and growing. Right? That's just life. So you need a financial structure that does not impede on people's time or energy. Okay, and yeah, you could learn the game. Yeah, even with the changes, you could find something that's not constitutionally right or sound, or even humanely or naturally, civilly sound with what we're what this life actually is, because this life is abundant. So, whoever is promoting these concept of needing to hunker down more, and whoever they're getting it from, they're getting that idea from. Obviously, someone is insecure. Why are we making these securities based off of someone's insecurities? Shouldn't we be elevating past that? And at the same time, if we're truly intelligent and we are co-creators and in God we trust, or whatever, however you want to call it, and life is abundant and infinite and we can create infinitely, why do we need to stifle that infinite growth process with all this extra financial work? I get it. Now, I get it. Some people are like, well, that's just what it is. We just have to study and do our due diligence. Well, part of your due diligence is also recognizing your power to not just play the game, but also create a better game. Okay? Or evolve the game. Help evolve the game. Help others evolve in their mindset, because people already do that in the sense of creating their own nations and micronations and understanding how the United States, for example, the business of the United States representing the American people, how that is people understand that. Oh shit, I just brain farted. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Oh yeah, so yeah, people understand how, yeah, that system was created to represent the American economy. All right, and people can understand the game, how to play it, but you should also understand, even with the laws that are there to protect you against malpractices, we should have the capacity to understand and listen. This needs to be a lot more simpler and a lot more intelligent. Okay, because obviously someone is very insecure to need to feel that they need to, hold down everything. There's so much illusion of power over others or power over a creation when things are malleable and impermanent. Things are malleable and impermanent. So things such as an economy, things such as um, money, currency, these are created things, all right? That they don't represent fully all the time in certain situations the infinite potential and abundance that is life. Behind me is a coconut tree. Hello? I could just climb that tree, get the coconut, drink it, eat it, and it'll still grow. I could get the seeds and then produce multiple coconuts. Hello, abundance right there, right? And then of course others were like, well, yeah, you could turn that into a business. Yeah, but you see now you're creating a thing. You're creating something. You're creating an extra something. If you're going to create an extra something, well, don't let that extra something become the way of life. Like, in other words, don't let that what we have created become the way we function in life. Because if we're to function at our full capacity, then we really have to take our power back. All right. And what does this mean? Okay. This doesn't mean guns, bullets, or war. I mean, the only war I would say we need is a nice World War III where everyone's playing paintball and airsoft and combat games and earning credits, win or lose, to customize their gear infinitely, right? Because it never ends, right? So if art never ends, sports, athleticism never ends, abilities, movement never ends, exercise, and there's crafts that never end, then we really need to make sure we structure our economies or economies, we need to make sure that globally economies are structured in a way that doesn't overcomplicate the simplicity of life. There is no need for taking on debt. There's no need for creating this idea of debt. What debt is there when there is no debt? Who is this debt owed to? There is no debt. Because some people go deep and say, well, it's God versus Satan, and they're playing against themselves. And they look at the dollar bill, and it's like, see, one circle represents God, the other represents the creation treasury, you know, and then the Federal Reserve, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if we're going to use that analogy, don't you think if God is everything and even that other fallen morning star, quote unquote, is a reflection of God, then it would make more sense if people say, well, it's kind of like God playing against itself to see how well it can maintain in that abundance. I think at this point, it, some people say, no, people aren't ready. Bullshit. People have always been ready because it's in us. It's in us. It's in all of us. We come to this world with nothing, all right? But yet, when we arrive to this world, the world has everything. The natural world has everything we need. The natural world, okay? And then now here comes a person or being or whatever, and it's like, well, you can be the leader of this kingdom or nation if you do it like this and like that, and you create this system of money and blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, now there's laws that have to be created to protect the abundance, and now we have to go through paperwork, and now we have to go through processes, filing this motion, filing that motion, or sending in this dispute, or sending in that dispute. Why? And I can already hear people say, well, because of the services that are offered. If you're offering a service, it should be because you like it, okay? That it fulfills you. If it's education, for example, you want to educate someone on something, you educate them because you like to educate them. What is your payment or repayment? Your payment doesn't have to be money, and many people who know this, the payment doesn't always end up having to be money, okay? It's there still. You're never without, right? You're really never without. Never without food, never without anything, right? But why we need that extra step of money being a need to continue to move up and stuff, all right? And I can hear other reasons that people have, so many reasons, but it doesn't matter all the reasons. Even if you say, well, there's a greedy spirit in people, it doesn't matter. There's room for that greedy spirit, okay? Let them be greedy. Let them have so many things, okay? Because them having things doesn't take away from other people experiencing and enjoying and creating things. Hello? Well, if the other person gets too greedy, then they start taking up space. No, 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 no. This doesn't make sense. Now you're giving power. Now at that point, so people are giving power into this concept of greed. No. Okay? These things that represent extremities of energy never actually stay where they're at. They're always changing. Okay? So by natural law, if even greed has to be humble, then why do we even have to worry about whether some people are going to be greedy or use that as an excuse or any other excuse to say that we can't have an economy where the concept of money is simple and not complex? Doesn't make any sense, man. It really does not make any sense, and makes me wonder, man, there's a lot of stupid people, or there's a lot of people who are smart, but they're on some stupid shit right now. I don't like raising my voice. But they're on some stupid shit, some stupid way of thinking that is not doesn't coincide. It's incoherent with the truths of life. Life is abundant. One strawberry seed, okay, can give you multiple strawberries, and that one strawberry has several seeds. Hello, the fuck are we doing, man? So yeah, again, I've said this in other videos too. You can learn all you want. You can master the game. You can create your own nation. But if you're still having to do all this other stuff, okay, at some point you have to recognize that, okay, even though we have this, There's room here to make this stuff more simpler. Duh. And I've said it in my other videos, and this is a very simple solution right here. Self-sustainability. My ATS, for example, the flying saucers, the ATS, the all-terrain ships. Okay, those are efficiencies. You can take that, go to a different farm area, food forest, take care of the land, and then go camp out somewhere on the beach or mountains. We need to be living in self-sustainability and abundance. All right, these forces that cloud other beings with scarcity and insecurities, um, yeah, they're not really strong. They never really are strong. Why do you think their illusions always end up having to collapse one after another? It may take, for some instances, oh, it took years. No, it was destined to collapse from the beginning it was manifested or conceptualized or conceived. It was destined to collapse because it's a created thing. Okay? It is a created thing that, if created correctly, moves in harmony with life's truths and life's energy. But everything that is not in harmony with life's energy obviously is going to naturally be either carried away from you or you be carried away from it. Okay? And it will have to dwindle or it will have to adapt before it implodes on itself. That's a good way of saying it. Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, learn everything you can. All right. Yeah, you can go ahead and do a kickoff for your credit by utilizing kickoff. Okay. Whatever. But recognize that as we use this stuff, we're giving it energy. So our energy that we're giving it perpetuates it. But at the same time, our energy that we give it can transmute it, can evolve it, revolutionize. Who said it before? There was that famous phrase: you don't beat the current system by fighting it. You create one that makes the other obsolete. Who said that? Something along those lines. Who said it? Who said it? Buckminster Fuller. Buckminster Fuller. You don't beat the current system by fighting it. You create one that makes the other obsolete. And it says here on Google, it essentially means that to change something significantly, you should try to directly combat the exist. You shouldn't try to directly combat the existing system, but instead develop a new model that surpasses it and renders the old one irrelevant. That's it. I love that's neatly put. Buckminster Fuller. And it says you can never change things by fighting. Now, we can create fighting to change things, and a different way of fighting to change things by creating. And I get even more double entendre with that one because with what I'm working on along with other people, this is we're heading into a world where wake up, go play paintball, go play airsoft, go fight in a battle, like for the example, the SCA or LARPing. Earn money credit to customize your stuff, customize your gear, your clothing, or your vehicles, bicycles, scooters, mini cars, because let's also be honest, those cars are taking too much space and too much cement is ridiculous and it holds too much heat and it's disgusting and then the gas gets in the air and it mixes with your sweat. Gross. Okay. So that's how money can be treated, and that's where we're heading to. All right. Now, technically speaking, it already is that way, but there's so many complicated processes that are in place and that need to be done by people, individuals, and groups that kind of robs energy from our true infinite potential. If we're infinity and the goal is immortality, guess what? You're not going to have immortality. You're not going to tap into immortality and infinite joy and creativity and love and abundance by trying to complicate shit because you have insecurities. And I am speaking directly to those who still think that these systems, the way they work, are super efficient. No, they're not. Okay? We can be way more efficient. Okay? The only thing that makes it efficient is people's due diligence. But oh my God, even that changes them. Some people get fat. Some people get too skinny. Some people get stressed. Some people's focus and time and energy, their passion starts to be put more off to like a side, like a hobby. Oh, it's a hobby. Isn't that what you're passionate about? Turn your hobby into your life's work. And notice I said your life's work. I did not say turn your hobby into money or wealth. We could say wealth because wealth doesn't always necessarily mean money or currency. Okay, the dollars, these currency things or coins or these assets. Okay, the biggest asset we have is ourselves. The biggest asset we have is nature. So let's take care of it. And the biggest asset we also have is our creativity, guided by love and understanding, compassion. So when we put all these things together, holy smokes, we are in for an epic ass rest of our lives, ladies and gentlemen. For as long as you're here, when it is time for you to peacefully transition, or if it's time for you to peacefully transition, you can eventually look back. And some of you will look back at this video and be like, wow, man, we should have been doing this a lot earlier. Yep, we should have been. But hey, we learn, let's remember, and let's maintain this self-sustainability. Now, as I said before, if you'd like to work with me on this mega project and other projects, we're making our own flying saucers, or we're working with farming and growing. We're helping to educate and elevate the minds of as many people as we can. Just trust me, we have power. We've taken pain and we've found the truth and converted. And I'm speaking to guardians, all right, of Earth. If you feel like you are a guardian of Earth's freedom and love and abundance with the animals as our friends, as our, I don't, I know people say family has the term silly, but when I say family, I'm saying we are a body, we are a community, we are a common unity. Okay. So speaking to the guardians especially. So yeah, here you go. If you want to come and work together, this is the email you will use. Let me put this here real quick. gmail.com. No. What the fuck? Yeah, now this thing is all screwy bluey. Oh, because it's low battery, so I gotta change this. All right, y'all. Send me an email, and I'll see you guys soon if you want to work together. And that's about it, y'all. Peace.